Hi, welcome. My name is Heather Postlewaite, or for my students out there, Ms. Postlewaite, and this is Pages with Postlewaite. I am so glad that you are here. Today we're going to talk about some September reads for middle grade. That is my wheelhouse. I am a 6th grade teacher. I teach reading, and I am always looking for really good books to recommend to my students. And so that is what we are going to talk about. And this month I read 5. So no, I didn't. I read 6. So the very first book I want to talk about is The Night Diary. This is by Veera Hiranandani. This book centers on Nisha and her brother Emil and the fact that her dad is Hindu and her mom was Muslim, and they have to basically leave the one place that they've grown up in and lived in for their whole life, where all of their memories of their mother are. Their mom passed away when the twins were born. And so this partition of India in 1947 is kind of the central focal point as Nisha and her brother, her father, and grandmother have to leave where they are to go to the Muslim or the Hindu portion of the split. So they are headed to India. Nisha is a delight. The entire book is set in a diary format that she is doing. She is writing to her mom, and so she just kind of includes her mother in this really life-altering experience. And Nisha has elective mutism, so she doesn't feel comfortable speaking all the time to those around her. And so you have a narrator with a very different perspective. And while she will tell her mother everything in the diary, you watch as she kind of talks about the struggle that she has with just talking to her loved ones and those around her. So really loved having a main character with elective mutism in this book. Nisha's delightful. The twins, I believe, are around 10 or 11 in this. And yeah, The Night Diary. I gave this 4 stars. Fantastic read. If you like books like Jennifer Nielsen or anything historical fiction, this is a great book. My next book I don't actually have a copy of, so I'm going to try and put a little icon up for this one. It is the 3rd book in the Small Spaces series by Catherine Arden. I have really enjoyed this series, but I have to tell you, I don't like scary. It is not my thing. I don't seek it out. I don't like to read it. This is the 3rd installment. The book series has 4. It starts with Small Spaces, which is set in the fall, and then goes to Dark Voices? No. Something Voices, which is the winter. The one I'm reading is Dark Waters. That's number 3, set in the spring. And it still follows our same main characters. We have Ollie, Brian, and Coco. And they're still kind of being followed and hunted and haunted by the Smiling Man. And yeah, creepy. We do bring in a new character in this one, which is Phil. And yeah, he was a part of everything going on in the fall. It ends on a cliffhanger, and yeah, I'm reading the 4th one. I had to immediately start the 4th one because of that cliffhanger. So worth it. 5 stars, fantastic read. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Mercy Suarez, Changes Gear. This is, I listened more than I read. I did have a copy on my phone that I was reading as well. What a great book. If you do like audiobooks, the reader on this one is wonderful. She's fantastic. But Mercy Suarez, Changes Gears by Medina. Sorry. Oh my goodness. I actually went to the library, was just looking for something to read, saw this one, saw the pink houses, was intrigued, knew nothing. What a delight. This actually won the Newbery in 2019. So super good book, and I'm not the only one that thinks so. Mercy is a delight. 11 years old, in 6th grade. That's our magic age for middle grade. And she is facing all of the changes that go with middle school. But additionally, you get to know Mercy. She's got an intergenerational family that she lives with. So the pink houses are kind of the las casitas is what they call them. And they are Mercy, her brother, and her parents live in one. Her tia with her kindergarten twin boys live in another, and her grandparents, Abuela and Lolo, live in the other one. Mercy has such a wonderful connection and deep relationship with Lolo, and while she's dealing with everything that goes with being in 6th grade and having, you know, mean girls in your life and all the drama, trauma, melodrama of middle school. Additionally, Lolo's going through some things and no one's telling Mercy anything about it. So Lolo's forgetting things, he's having some falls and just a lot of things, and Mercy doesn't know what's happening. And so you kind of walk with her as she goes through that. I know that I have students that would get so much from this, watching grandparents going through some things that sometimes happen when you get older, and just the family's tight relationship. Oh my gosh, Mercy is a delight. She's super authentic. She's not perfect. I love it. There are 3 books in this series. I am reading the second one right now with her in 7th grade. Can't say enough about this series. Fantastic. 5 stars. My lowest book this month was Squished. Still a great book. So Squished, this is a graphic novel. It's got 2 authors, or an author and an illustrator, Megan Wagner Lloyd and Michelle Me Nutter. This is a graphic novel and it follows Avery. Avery Lee is one of 7 kids in her family, and it's a very big family. She gets a little pushback from kids at school and that kind of thing. Again, 11 years old, 6th grade. And Avery would really like her own room. So I think any kid with siblings is gonna see and understand a lot of what Avery feels. She's just wanting to figure out how to get her own space. The house is always busy, always full, always fun. So there's a lot to be said with 7 little kids running around. Such a delight. I feel like there's more in this series and I'm going to be seeking them out. I can't keep graphic novels on my shelf in my classroom. So just always looking for a good one to recommend. 3.5 stars for me. Still really good. I still enjoyed it. Super good book. My next book that I am going to talk about is The Other Boy. Again, 6th grade. This seems to be our magic age when you're talking about middle grade. 11 years old. Our main character is Sean. This book was written in 2016. And Sean has been living in their new school for about 3 years. They've been at this area living with mom. Parents are divorced. And someone finds out that they're trans and they out them. Quite publicly and not in a super great way, and certainly not by the way Sean would have wanted to handle things. And so the book centers around them figuring out how to handle that, how to tell people what to do. It's a great book. It really is. It is not an own voices book. So while the author is definitely an ally, they are not trans themselves. So one of the small issues with that tends to be that the story centers, unfortunately, around Sean's transness and not necessarily Sean as a person going through regular things. Did I love the book? Absolutely. Would I recommend the book? Absolutely. Just don't let it be your only book that you read with a trans character. But The Other Boy, M.G. Hennessy is the author. It's really good, and I did enjoy it. I did give it 5 stars. Finally, my last book of the month was Ruby Finley versus the Interstellar Invasion. Ruby is a delight, again 11 years old, 6th grade, and Ruby is science oriented. She loves science. I love a strong STEM girl, and she also loves bugs. Not my favorite, but Ruby she's making me a convert. This book is by K. Tempest Bradford, and Ruby finds a bug that she's never seen before, but maybe it's not a bug. And so, great little sci-fi book. She uses her scientific method to solve the problems her cousin, and the neighborhood have to figure out and save the day, because of course the adults aren't listening to what the kids are saying. So this was really good. I loved reading about Ruby, and it was sweet. It was very cute, very enjoyable, and I gave this one 4 stars. So that was my reading. My favorite probably this month has to be Mercy Suarez. So that's going to get my highest recommendation. Anyway, keep reading. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the other side. Thanks so much. Bye.